Hi, Robert Thomas here. No, I'm not a holdover from your fifth Zoom meeting or hearing today. I'm here with an important update about the 2021 ALI CLE Eminent Domain and Land Valuation Litigation Conference. As you know, the 38th edition of the conference is scheduled for January 28th through the 30th, 2021. And I'm here with some good news and not so good news, as they say. Let's start with the not so good news. The bad news is we just received confirmation that the conference will not be in person in Scottsdale in January 2021. To anyone who is following the headlines and the scheduling of other conferences, this should not come as a big surprise. We in ALI CLE have spent the last few months seeing if there was any realistic and practical way that we could hold an in-person conference, and it just couldn't work. In fact, our Eminent Domain Conference was the very last holdout, and every other ALI CLE conference in the first quarter of next year had already been reformatted as an online remote program. We looked at every alternative and sought input, yours included, and the survey responses and other things just made holding an in-person conference unrealistic. Well, that's the bad news. In reality, it's not really that bad, because here's the good news. The good news is that we haven't canceled the conference and we're just reformatting it. So stay tuned, and in a short time, we're going to be releasing more details. But here's what you need to know right now. First, please keep the dates you've been holding on your calendar, January 28th and January 29th, 2021. Second, the program will not be the full 2.5 days that we normally have. We don't think anyone could endure that long on remote, given how much time we're already spending on whatever platform you might use these days. Plan on a focused series of speakers on the hottest issues in eminent domain and land valuation law. Think of the usual conference distilled, maybe an all-star game, a night of 1,000 stars, whatever metaphor works for you. Third, we're not going to simply be another webinar program where we take the speakers and topics that we anticipated for Scottsdale and throw them in front of a camera. Your planning chairs right now are in the process of tailoring the conference to take advantage of the remote format. And yes, there are format advantages to having something remote versus in person. And we're planning to use those to make programs more interesting, interactive, and a bit different than usual. Make lemonade out of lemons and all that. Finally, we're going to be asking for your participation, and that you not be a completely passive member of the audience. And we're setting up ways right now of making this much more than just another boring webinar with slides that your eyes glaze over. So you've had enough of those, and truthfully, so have we. So stay tuned for the details on specific timing, the cost, the faculty list, the agenda, the highlights, including how you can participate. Follow along here at inversecondemnation.com, the conference page on LinkedIn, or at alicle.org, course number CC005. Again, alicle.org, CC005. I'll admit, that we're a bit disappointed that the circumstances won't allow us to rendezvous in person and refresh our friendships like we do every year, but fear not. We're going to make the 2021 conference the next best thing, and maybe a little bit better in some ways. And then finally, we're already planning for 2022 and the return to the in-person conference format, the grand reopening, so to speak, a conference reunion, whatever we might want to call it. Renew friendships, have some fun, learn things in a very neat venue I think you're all going to like. You thought our last conference in Nashville earlier this year was great. Well, stay tuned for more details on 2022 as well. And I'll leave you with this. Be well. Join us online for the 2021 Eminent Domain and Land Valuation Litigation Conference. Keep your powder dry for 2022. Thanks very much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.